Our life is what our thoughts make it, Marcus Aurelius once said. As the last of the 5 good emperors, his wisdom has transcended time, especially in the realm of self-discipline. In a world brimming with distractions, mastering self-discipline is more crucial than ever. And who better to guide us than Marcus Aurelius himself? An emperor, not just of Rome from 161 to 180 AD, but of his own mind and actions. Amidst his reign, Aurelius wasn't just a ruler, he was a philosopher at heart. He penned his reflections, known famously as the Meditations, which offer profound insights into the art of self-discipline. These writings are not just historical texts, they are timeless guides to mastering ourselves. Today on Stoic In Your Life, we delve into 13 essential lessons from Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. These insights are more than just words. They are tools to forge an unshakable self-discipline in the chaos of modern life. Join me as we explore these timeless teachings and transform the way we approach discipline, guided by the wisdom of one of the greatest Stoic philosophers. 1. Forgive those who have wronged you. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, believe that everyone acts according to what they perceive as right, even if it appears wrong to us. It's a profound realization that people don't deliberately make mistakes. Rather, they operate under their own beliefs of what is correct. This understanding should shift our reaction from blame to empathy. Consider this: when someone errs, can we truly hold anger against them if we acknowledge they simply don't know a better way? This echoes the words of Jesus, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." It's a call to empathy, understanding, and ultimately forgiveness. The action we should take is clear. Before irritation or anger takes hold, remind yourself that the other person may not understand their error, but you, with your knowledge and wisdom, have the power to choose kindness and forgiveness. Revenge is a path of pettiness, stemming from weakness. Stoicism teaches us to rise above such impulses. Instead, we should embrace forgiveness and kindness. When someone wrongs us, it's not just an incident, it's an opportunity for growth, a training exercise in patience and understanding. We are all learners in the journey of life, constantly evolving and striving to be better. Marcus Aurelius himself said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." This profound statement encapsulates the Stoic approach to wrongdoing. Instead of mirroring the negative actions of others, we should strive to be better, to act with wisdom and compassion. This doesn't just benefit those around us, it strengthens our own character and resilience. Empathy is key in this process. When we empathize, we recognize that the offender is, in a sense, blind in their most powerful tool, their mind. They are unaware of the broader implications of their actions, trapped in their limited perspective. Our role then is not to blame but to understand and forgive. This approach not only resolves conflicts, but also fosters a deeper sense of peace within ourselves. In conclusion, Stoicism offers a powerful lesson in forgiveness. By understanding that others act according to their beliefs, we can shift from blame to empathy. We should remind ourselves that those who wrong us may not know any better, and it's our responsibility, armed with this knowledge, to choose kindness and forgiveness. This path not only resolves external conflicts but also cultivates internal peace and resilience. Remember, in the words of another great Stoic, Seneca, "Wherever there is a human being, there's an opportunity for kindness." Let this be our guiding principle in the face of wrongdoing. 2. Honestly review your day. Imagine Marcus Aurelius, a figure of immense wisdom, advising us, "The rational soul flourishes with self-awareness, self-examination, and self-determination. It reaps its own harvest and succeeds in its own purpose." This powerful statement lays the foundation for our journey into self-discipline. The essence of this journey is a deep, introspective look into our daily actions, identifying our strengths and weaknesses with unflinching honesty. This process isn't just about finding faults. It's about connecting with our inner selves, understanding our actions, and nurturing our growth. Envision yourself at the end of each day, engaging in a practice of evening retrospection. This isn't just a routine, it's a ritual of self-awareness. As you reflect, ask yourself poignant questions. What aspects of today am I proud of? Where did I face challenges in maintaining discipline and self-control? And how did I respond? What actions today didn't align with my values and why? And most importantly, how can I evolve from these experiences for a better tomorrow? This practice isn't about dwelling on shortcomings. Instead, it's about recognizing them as stepping stones for improvement. Remember, as Seneca wisely counseled, to practice self-compassion. Forgive yourself as you would forgive others. This act of self-forgiveness is crucial. Research has shown that it's not self-criticism, but self-forgiveness that prevents us from falling into the trap of procrastination. Moreover, it's essential to balance this introspection with recognition of your successes. Acknowledge and be grateful for the good in your day. This gratitude not only uplifts your spirit, but also reinforces the positive behaviors you want to continue. As Epictetus once said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." By reflecting on both your triumphs and trials, you embody the philosophy of Stoicism, turning introspection into practical action. In this journey of self-discipline, remember that it's not about achieving perfection. It's about continuous growth and learning from each day. As you embark on this path, guided by the wisdom of the Stoics, you'll find that self-discipline is not just an act but a way of living. It's about aligning your actions with your values, making conscious choices, and taking responsibility for those choices. This path is not easy, but it's incredibly rewarding. As you practice this daily ritual of reflection, you'll find yourself growing stronger, more resilient, and more aligned with your true self. So, as you go about your day, carry with you the words of Marcus Aurelius. Let them guide you, and watch as the seeds of self-discipline you plant today flourish into the harvest of a well-lived life tomorrow. 3. Have an ideal role model. The Stoic sage, a hypothetical epitome of wisdom and virtue, serves as such a model. This sage represents not just knowledge, but the embodiment of an exemplary human being. It's crucial to recognize that perfection is not the goal here. We are all unique with our distinct paths and personalities. The essence of this approach lies not in imitation, but in inspiration and learning. By considering what an ideal figure would do in challenging situations, we bring a heightened level of awareness and consciousness to our actions. This could be asking ourselves, what would the Stoic sage do? Or even drawing inspiration from contemporary or fictional figures like LeBron James or Wonder Woman. The key is to choose someone whose qualities resonate with us and our values. Imagine for a moment that this role model is observing you. This visualization can be a powerful motivator to act in a manner that aligns with our highest ideals. It's about bringing a conscious awareness to our everyday decisions and actions. This practice isn't just about making the right choices, it's about becoming the best version of ourselves, guided by the virtues we admire in others. To expand on this, let's consider a story from ancient Stoicism. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, once observed a shipwreck. Instead of despairing, he used this moment to reflect on his life and eventually found Stoicism. This story illustrates the Stoic principle of turning adversity into an opportunity for growth and learning. Just like Zeno, we can use our role models to guide us in transforming challenges into stepping stones for personal development. Incorporating this practice into our daily lives involves a simple yet profound action. Pause and reflect on what your ideal role model would do in your situation. This could be in the context of family, friendship, or any personal relationship. Ask yourself, what would the perfect father, mother, brother, friend, wife, or lover do in this situation? This reflection not only fosters self-discipline, but also nurtures our relationships and personal growth. In conclusion, the lesson here is about internalizing the virtues we admire in others and allowing them to guide our actions. By consistently asking ourselves how our role models would act, we cultivate a disciplined mind and a resilient spirit. This practice not only enhances our decision-making, but also enriches our journey towards becoming the best version of ourselves. Remember, it's not about imitation, but about inspiration and conscious action. Let the virtues of your role models illuminate your path, and let their wisdom be your guide in the art of living a disciplined and fulfilling life. 4. Ignore naysayers. In the profound words of Marcus Aurelius, when another blames you or hates you or people voice similar criticisms, go to their souls, penetrate inside and see what sort of people they are. You will realize that there is no need to be racked with anxiety that they should hold any particular opinion about you. This statement is a cornerstone in building self-discipline, especially for men aged between 30 and 65, who are often at a pivotal stage in their lives, balancing personal aspirations with societal expectations. Embarking on a journey of self-improvement and purpose often attracts naysayers. These individuals who criticize or oppose your actions are akin to the ancient philosophers' critics, yet their words hold no weight in the grand scheme of your journey. Naysayers, often clouded by their fears or insecurities, project their negativity onto others. They may be people close to you, perhaps even those who love you, but their resistance to change makes their opinions detrimental to your growth and self-discipline. Understanding the insignificance of the naysayers' opinions is crucial. Allowing their words to affect you is as pointless as being upset by the weather. It's beyond your control and not worth the energy. Marcus Aurelius teaches us to look within and understand the source of such criticisms. By doing so, you'll find that these opinions are not a reflection of your worth or your journey but are mere expressions of their limitations. However, it's essential to differentiate between naysayers and constructive critics. Seek out feedback from those you respect and admire, those who have walked the path of growth and understand the challenges. Their insights are invaluable, not the baseless criticisms of habitual naysayers. As Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." This guidance is timeless and particularly relevant in our modern world, where opinions are abundant, but wisdom is rare. In conclusion, as you walk the path of self-discipline, guided by the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers, remember to focus on your inner journey. Let the voices of naysayers fall away like leaves in autumn, transient and insignificant. Embrace the challenges, seek wisdom from those who uplift you, and always remember that your journey is unique and sacred, a path that only you can walk. We take. 5. Practice dichotomy of control. Marcus Aurelius, a beacon of Stoic wisdom, once profoundly stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This powerful quote encapsulates a fundamental principle of Stoicism and self-discipline, especially pertinent to men between the ages of 30 and 65, who often find themselves grappling with the complexities of modern life. The essence of this teaching lies in the recognition that distress and agitation caused by trivial matters can severely undermine one's discipline. Imagine you are steadfastly pursuing a goal, your focus unwavering, but suddenly, a wave of anxiety about an external event, something beyond your control, threatens to derail you. In such moments, the wisdom of another Stoic philosopher, Epictetus, becomes invaluable. He introduced the concept of the dichotomy of control, a tool that can fortify your mental resilience. By internalizing this concept, you begin to distinguish clearly between what is within your sphere of control and what lies beyond it. Embracing and accepting the latter can lead to a state of tranquility, a coveted asset in the pursuit of self-discipline. To integrate this philosophy into your daily life, especially when confronted with distressing situations, remind yourself of this simple yet profound logic. Do you face a problem in your life? If no, then there is no cause for worry. But if yes, ask yourself, can you influence the outcome? If you can, then action, not worry, is the pathway. And if you cannot, then worry is a superfluous response that only serves to drain your mental energy. This approach is not just a philosophical ideal, It's a practical strategy that resonates deeply with the challenges faced by men in today's fast-paced world. It's about harnessing the power of your mind to maintain focus and composure in the face of life's inevitable challenges. As Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This statement further reinforces the Stoic belief in the power of perception and the importance of focusing on what we can control. In essence, the practice of the dichotomy of control is about cultivating a mindset that distinguishes between the external, which we cannot influence, and the internal, where our true power lies. By doing so, you not only build self-discipline but also navigate life with a more serene and resilient spirit, embodying the very essence of Stoicism. This practice, deeply rooted in ancient wisdom, is astonishingly relevant today, offering a beacon of guidance in the modern hustle, and is a cornerstone for anyone on the path of Stoic self-improvement. 6. Show up every day. In the pursuit of self-discipline, a principle Marcus Aurelius emphasized was the power of consistent action. He believed that life should be constructed action by action, with each step purposefully aimed towards a goal. This philosophy resonates deeply in the journey of self-discipline, where consistency is often the bridge between aspirations and achievements. Marcus Aurelius once stated, "You must build up your life action by action and be content if each one achieves its goal as far as possible, and no one can keep you from this." This quote encapsulates the essence of self-discipline. It's not about grand gestures or monumental achievements, but rather the accumulation of small, consistent actions. Many of us falter in reaching our goals, not due to a lack of vision or planning, but because of inconsistency. The key to success lies in showing up every day and immersively engaging in our endeavors. The act of daily engagement is transformative. It strengthens mental endurance and fosters a deep understanding of the effort required for significant achievements. Self-discipline is essentially a habit of consistency. It's about finding the drive to repeat actions until they become second nature and start yielding results. This journey is not without its setbacks. For instance, missing a workout doesn't define your character. What truly shapes you is your capacity to persevere. A single failure doesn't dictate your journey. It's your response to that failure that shapes your path. Consider the story of a renowned artist who spent years perfecting his craft. Initially, his work was met with criticism and indifference. However, he didn't let these setbacks define his journey. Instead, he showed up every day, honing his skills and refining his art. Over time, his persistent efforts paid off, and he became celebrated for his exceptional work. This story mirrors the Stoic belief in the power of perseverance and the importance of not letting temporary setbacks derail long-term goals. Your ability to continue in the face of adversity is what forges a disciplined and resilient character. A bad day doesn't have to escalate into a bad week or a bad year. Each morning presents a new opportunity, a fresh start. Embrace each day as a new life, focusing on the present and the opportunities it holds. In conclusion, the lesson for the audience is clear. Embrace the power of consistency. Understand that self-discipline is a journey of repeated actions, not defined by occasional setbacks but by the ability to persist. Remember Marcus Aurelius's words and build your life action by action, with each step purposefully directed towards your goals. By doing so, you'll not only achieve your objectives but also cultivate a strong, disciplined character capable of navigating the complexities of life. 7. Practice voluntary hardship. Marcus Aurelius once said, "We should discipline ourselves in small things and from there progress to things of greater value. If you have a headache, practice not cursing. Don't curse every time you have an earache. And I'm not saying that you can't complain, only don't complain with your whole being." This profound insight lays the foundation for our discussion. Voluntary hardship, in essence, is about deliberately placing ourselves in uncomfortable situations. It's a method of training, a way to fortify our minds and spirits against the inevitable challenges of life. By intentionally experiencing discomfort, Whether it's skipping a meal, enduring a cold shower, or even something as simple as leaving your jacket at home on a chilly, rainy day, we teach ourselves resilience. It's about learning to endure, to find strength in moments of discomfort, and to understand that we are capable of overcoming adversity. Imagine for a moment the act of donating half of your clothes to charity. It's not just an act of kindness, it's a lesson in detachment and simplicity. Or consider the challenge of living without social media or your smartphone for a few days. These acts, though seemingly small, are exercises in self-control and awareness. They teach us about scarcity and hardship, and more importantly, they show us that we can indeed live with both. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This quote perfectly encapsulates the essence of voluntary hardship. It's about daring to step out of our comfort zones to challenge ourselves in ways we might not have thought possible. Through these practices, we not only build self-discipline but also gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our capabilities. We learn to appreciate the simple things in life, to be grateful for what we have, and to not be overwhelmed by what we lack. This mindset, cultivated through the practice of voluntary hardship, prepares you for life's unexpected turns. So as you go about your day, I challenge you to embrace small acts of voluntary hardship. Choose to walk instead of taking the car for short distances, or perhaps start your morning with a brief session of meditation in silence. These small steps are the beginnings of a journey towards greater self-discipline and resilience. Remember, it's not about the magnitude of the challenge, but the consistency and intent behind it. Let's walk this path together, learning and growing stronger with each step. 8. Never play the victim. In the journey of building self-discipline, a key lesson from Marcus Aurelius resonates profoundly. Do your job without whining. This statement encapsulates a powerful truth about human nature and our tendency to create excuses. How often have we heard or even said things like, "I was just born this way," or "My upbringing was not ideal"? These are not just mere words, but reflections of a mindset that hinders personal growth. They are the shackles that prevent us from evolving into our best selves. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, emphasized the importance of personal responsibility and mental resilience. He understood that life is fraught with challenges and it's easy to fall into the trap of playing the victim. This mentality, characterized by thoughts like, "Why me?" is a formidable adversary to mental toughness. It's a mindset that focuses on external circumstances rather than internal strength and capability. The true challenge lies in recognizing what is within our control and taking charge of those aspects of our lives. It's about shifting our perspective from self-pity and excuse-making to proactive problem-solving and accountability. Consider the story of a sailor navigating treacherous seas. When a storm hits, the sailor doesn't blame the wind or curse the waves. Instead, he adjusts the sails, steadies the rudder, and keeps a keen eye on the horizon. This allegory mirrors our own life's journey. Like the sailor, we must learn to adapt and take control, even in the face of adversity that is not of our making. It's about being the person who steps forward to right the ship, not the one who looks away and blames the storm. Self-victimization, where one sees themselves solely as a victim of circumstances, is a relinquishing of control. It's a surrender of one's power to shape their destiny. Without taking ownership of our actions and decisions, making meaningful progress is like trying to sail without a compass, directionless and futile. To truly embody the teachings of Marcus Aurelius and build self-discipline, we must embrace the concept of personal responsibility. It's about understanding that our reactions and actions are within our control, even when external circumstances are not. This mindset is not just about facing life's challenges, it's about transforming them into opportunities for growth and learning. In conclusion, the path to self-discipline is paved with accountability, resilience, and a proactive approach to life's challenges. As Marcus Aurelius teaches us, it's not about the hand we're dealt, but how we play our cards. By refusing to play the victim and embracing our power to shape our lives, we open the door to endless possibilities for personal growth and fulfillment. Let this be a guiding principle in your journey towards a disciplined and purposeful life. 9. Find wise people to emulate. In our quest to build self-discipline, a powerful approach is to seek inspiration and guidance from those who have mastered this virtue. Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher, once advised, "It will even do to socialize with men of good character in order to model your life on theirs, whether you choose someone living or someone from the past." This timeless wisdom encourages us to look beyond ourselves and find role models who embody the discipline we aspire to achieve. Consider the people in your life, friends, family, or colleagues, who have already accomplished what you're striving for. These individuals could be adept at a habit you wish to develop, or perhaps they've navigated a life change with the grace and discipline you admire. Reflect on their journey. Who among them has successfully achieved a goal similar to yours? Who has demonstrated remarkable self-discipline in an area you're struggling with? The key is not just to admire these individuals, but to actively learn from them. Engage in conversations with them, inquire about their strategies and mindset. How did they cultivate their discipline? What specific actions and decisions led them to their success? Understanding their methods and thought processes can offer invaluable insights for your own path. For instance, if your goal is to become more disciplined in your fitness routine, seek out a friend who consistently follows their exercise regimen. Learn about their daily habits, the challenges they faced, and how they overcame them. If your aim is to develop better financial discipline, talk to a family member who has successfully managed their finances. Discover the practical steps they took, the mindset they adopted, and how they stayed committed even when it was challenging. Moreover, your role models need not be limited to your immediate circle. History and literature are replete with figures renowned for their discipline, from athletes who trained relentlessly to achieve greatness, to scholars who devoted their lives to study and discovery. These stories can serve as a rich source of motivation and learning. For instance, consider the disciplined routines of Greek writers, or the unwavering commitment of athletes like Michael Jordan or Serena Williams. Their stories are not just about their successes, but also about the disciplined approach they maintained throughout their journeys. Incorporating these lessons into your life, however, requires more than just admiration. It demands action. Start by setting small, achievable goals inspired by your role models. If discipline in writing is your aim, begin with a consistent, daily writing habit, just as your literary heroes did. If physical fitness is your goal, emulate the training routines of athletes you admire, tailored to your own abilities and circumstances. As you embark on this journey, remember that building self-discipline is a gradual process. It's about consistently making choices that align with your goals, learning from setbacks, and staying committed to your path, just as your role models did. By emulating those who embody the discipline we seek, we can transform admiration into action and aspiration into achievement. In conclusion, the path to self-discipline is illuminated by the examples of those who have walked it before us. By studying their lives, understanding their methods, and applying their principles to our own journey, we can cultivate the discipline we desire. Let their stories inspire you, their strategies guide you, and their successes motivate you. Remember, in the words of Marcus Aurelius, to socialize with people of good character and model your life on theirs. For in their discipline, we find the blueprint for our own. Tenturean. Self-discipline starts with finding your purpose. In our journey through life, the art of building self-discipline is akin to navigating a ship through both calm and stormy seas. Marcus Aurelius, a beacon of Stoic wisdom, once profoundly stated, "I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for? To huddle under the blankets and stay warm?" This powerful reflection encapsulates the essence of self-discipline, which begins with uncovering your true purpose. Imagine yourself as a sculptor, chiseling away at the marble of your life. Marcus Aurelius believed that each of us is endowed with a unique purpose, a personal masterpiece waiting to be revealed. It's this purpose that rouses you from sleep, igniting a fire within to face the day's challenges. When your goals are crystal clear, and you understand how your actions contribute to these aspirations, your resolve to complete them strengthens. Consider a simple yet relatable scenario. You're on a journey, and suddenly you encounter a flat tire. Your objective is unmistakable. Fix the tire swiftly to resume your journey. Regardless of fatigue or inconvenience, you're driven to accomplish this task. This is the crux of self-discipline, having a compelling reason to act. It's about igniting that internal flame, a desire that fuels your drive and motivation, propelling you towards your goals. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This sentiment resonates deeply with the concept of self-discipline. If your dream is to become a writer, then write daily. If your aspiration is to be an artist, then create art every day. The path to mastery in any field doesn't require endless motivation, research, or advice. It begins with a single step, the act of doing, driven by a purpose that resonates with your very being. Self-discipline, therefore, is not just about willpower or endurance. It's about understanding your why. It's about committing to a task or activity and seeing it through to completion, not because you have to, but because you want to, because it aligns with the deeper purpose of your life. As you embark on this journey of self-discipline, remember the words of Epictetus, another Stoic sage. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This journey is about aligning your actions with your innermost desires and aspirations, and in doing so, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary. In essence, self-discipline is the bridge between your goals and their accomplishment. It's about finding that inner purpose, that compelling reason that gets you out of bed each morning, eager to face the challenges of the day. It's about starting with a purpose, and then, with unwavering commitment, walking the path towards realizing your full potential. As you continue on this path, remember that each step, no matter how small, is a step towards fulfilling your purpose, a testament to the resilient spirit of a true Stoic. 11. Think of yourself as someone who has died. In the profound words of Marcus Aurelius, think of yourself as someone who has died. You have to live your life. Now take what remains and live it properly. This striking statement encapsulates a powerful approach to building self-discipline, particularly resonant for men aged 30 to 65, who are often at a pivotal stage in their lives. Aurelius's wisdom, deeply rooted in Stoicism, offers a transformative lens through which we can view our existence. Imagine for a moment that you have passed away. This visualization isn't meant to be morbid, but rather a tool for clarity and focus. By considering ourselves as having already faced the ultimate end, death, we gain a unique perspective on life. It's a method of stripping away the non-essential, the trivial distractions that often consume our daily lives. This mindset urges us to forget past missteps and regrets, urging us to live wholly in the present. Today, after all, is the only day we truly have. It's a gift to be cherished and utilized to its fullest potential. This concept is not about embracing a reckless YOLO attitude where one indulges in fleeting pleasures without regard for consequences. Rather, it's about recognizing the weight and value of each moment. Playing blackjack or indulging in fleeting pleasures might seem tempting, but they don't align with the mission of living a life of reason and virtue. Stoicism teaches us that our true mission is to be good, to strive for excellence, and to live a life guided by reason and virtue. Reflect on the past, not with regret, but as a learning experience. Whatever misdeeds or mistakes you've made, today marks the beginning of a new chapter. You can't change the past, but you have the power to shape your future. This is your opportunity to become the best version of yourself. Let's put this into action. Imagine you died last night and have now been given a second chance on Earth. Create 2 lists. The first should detail the most important things in your life. Your core values, your loved ones, your passions. The second list should honestly reflect how you currently spend your time. Comparing these lists will likely reveal discrepancies between what truly matters to you and how you live your day-to-day life. Choose one aspect from your lists to optimize in the coming days, aligning your actions more closely with your values. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This quote serves as a reminder that time is our most precious resource. It's not just about living longer, but making the most of the time we have. In our modern lives, filled with distractions and constant demands, applying this Stoic principle can be incredibly empowering. It encourages us to cut through the noise, to focus on what truly matters, and to live each day with purpose and intention. By doing so, we not only build self-discipline, but also cultivate a life of fulfillment and meaning. 12. Practice delayed gratification. In this segment, we delve into the art of building self-discipline, a concept deeply rooted in Stoicism and exemplified by the words of Marcus Aurelius. So you were born to feel nice. Instead of doing things and experiencing them, don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants, and spiders and bees going about their individual tasks, putting the world in order as best they can? And you're not willing to do your job as a human being? Why aren't you running to do what your nature demands? This poignant question from Aurelius challenges us to reflect on our purpose and the essence of self-discipline, which is fundamentally about mastering the art of delayed gratification. Picture yourself at a festive company Christmas party, surrounded by an array of tempting delicacies while you're committed to losing weight. It's a moment of truth. Do you succumb to the allure of immediate pleasure by indulging in rich, fattening foods? Or do you adhere to your long-term goal of health and fitness? This scenario is a classic example of the struggle between instant gratification and the more rewarding, albeit challenging, path of self-restraint. Choosing the latter, opting for salads and healthy snacks, might not bring immediate joy, but it aligns with your larger goal of wellness and the satisfaction of fitting into your favorite attire. This concept of self-discipline, the ability to forego short-term temptations in pursuit of long-term objectives, is not just about resisting cravings at a party. It's a broader life philosophy. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This encapsulates the essence of self-discipline. It's about daring to challenge our immediate desires for a greater purpose. Self-discipline, as seen in the Stoic philosophy, is about understanding the difference between what we want now and what we want most. It's about recognizing that the path to achieving our deepest desires often involves foregoing immediate pleasures. It's a journey of constant negotiation between our present selves and our future aspirations. Moreover, self-discipline is not just about personal gain. It's about contributing to the world in a meaningful way, just as the plants, birds, and bees do in their own capacities, as Marcus Aurelius observed. It's about understanding that our actions, no matter how small, have an impact on the larger order of things. By practicing self-discipline, we not only move closer to our goals but also play our part in the grand scheme of life. In essence, building self-discipline is a transformative process. It's about aligning our actions with our deepest values and goals. It's about the courage to choose the path less traveled, the path that leads to true fulfillment and purpose. As you navigate through life's temptations and challenges, remember the words of the Stoics and the power of delayed gratification. It is in this discipline that we find the strength to forge our destinies and contribute to the world in meaningful ways. 13. Count on yourself. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher of great renown, once advised, "Turn your desire to stone, quench your appetites, keep your mind centered on itself." This profound guidance is the cornerstone of building self-discipline, especially for men aged 30 to 65 who are on their journey of self-improvement. The essence of this advice lies in the unwavering commitment to one's goals and the relentless pursuit of actions that lead to their fulfillment. It's about transforming your desires into unshakable resolutions and mastering the art of self-control. Self-discipline is the engine that propels us towards our aspirations. It is the ability to take action, irrespective of our emotional, mental, or physical state. The life you envision, and all that you wish to achieve and become, hinges on this pivotal skill. It's about doing what's necessary, even when you don't feel like it. This discipline is what differentiates the extraordinary from the ordinary. To cultivate this discipline, begin by crafting a pragmatic action plan. This plan should not only outline your ultimate goal, but also include a realistic deadline. It's crucial to break down this overarching goal into smaller, achievable milestones. These mini milestones serve as stepping stones towards your larger objective, making the journey less daunting and more structured. They ensure that you are consistently making progress in bite-sized, manageable segments. Incorporating a famous quote, "He who is brave is free," by Seneca, we are reminded that true freedom comes from within. It's the freedom from our own limitations and procrastinations. By setting these mini milestones, you place yourself in the driver's seat of your life. You gain control over your tasks and projects, steering clear of the pitfalls of overwhelm. Overwhelm often leads to procrastination, and procrastination to stagnation, the very antithesis of self-discipline. In our modern world where distractions are plentiful and the pace of life is fast, this approach to self-discipline is more relevant than ever. It's about taking charge of your life, one small step at a time. The key is to remain steadfast in your pursuit, undeterred by the hurdles that life throws your way. Remember, the journey to self-discipline is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, persistence, and a deep-seated belief in oneself. In conclusion, self-discipline is a skill that can be honed and mastered. It starts with a clear goal, a structured plan, and the commitment to take consistent action towards your aspirations. By breaking down your goals into mini milestones, you not only make the journey more manageable but also keep the flame of motivation burning. As Marcus Aurelius and Seneca remind us, it's about turning your desires into unwavering resolve and embracing the freedom that comes with self-discipline. Remember, in the realm of self-improvement, you are your most reliable ally. As we conclude today's journey through the teachings of Marcus Aurelius on building self-discipline, we've traversed a path of profound wisdom and practical guidance. Remember, the essence of Stoicism is not just in understanding its principles but in applying them to our daily lives. Each step we've discussed today is a stepping stone towards a more disciplined, purposeful, and fulfilling life. Before we part ways, I invite you to engage with our Stoic community here on Stoic in Your Life. If this video has sparked a flame of curiosity or resonated with your spirit, please consider liking and sharing it. Your support is not just a click, it's a beacon for others in search of this timeless wisdom. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to ensure you don't miss our upcoming videos, where we continue to explore the depths of Stoicism and its application in the modern world. Your journey towards self-discipline is a noble one, and we are here to walk this path with you. Each video, each discussion is a step towards understanding and embodying the principles of Stoicism. Together, we can build a life of resilience, purpose, and serenity. Thank you for joining us today on Stoic in Your Life. Remember, the journey of self-discipline is ongoing, and every day is an opportunity to practice and grow. Until next time, embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and let it guide you through the ebbs and flows of life.